Hey everybody, here at ETradeSupply.com we take pride in making sure that you always get the best quality parts. So today we're going to show you how we do that, from getting them in the factory to shipping them out to you. So first off, we'll pick them up in the factory and we'll check them to make sure they're alright. But we have to bring them back here to analyze them further. So we'll do two kinds of tests. First off, we'll do a cosmetics test, and next we'll do a functionality test. So as you can see behind me, right now they're checking the iPhone 4 rear housings. So what he's going to do is he's just checking to make sure that there's absolutely no scratches on the back side. Then on the inside, he'll just make sure that everything is properly in place. Some parts are very easy to inspect. Other parts take a lot more time. For example, the LCD assemblies. Now with LCD assemblies, we need to pay very close attention to make sure that there's absolutely no imperfections. Here, as you can see, we'll check for scratches on the screen, and they'll also check to make sure that there's no dust anywhere in between the digitizer and the glass, or between the digitizer and the LCD. They'll also check the back to make sure that all the fittings are in place, that the wires are not damaged, and that everything is perfect. Now, the cosmetics testing is not just about checking the outside to make sure that there's no scratches and that the phone is clean. You also have to check the pieces on the inside to make sure that all the components are in place. Here Ada is checking the HTC Inspire 4G. Now as you can see, she's checking for several different things. First off, she's making sure that the frame is not damaged. She'll then check to make sure that all the little pieces of tape are in place. There's lots of double-sided tape. She'll also make sure that pieces of foam are in place. She'll also check to make sure that all the screw holes are properly fitted. After the cosmetics test, any electronic component also needs to go through a functionality test. That's why here we have hundreds of different motherboards for every single model of phone. Here you can see we're testing the iPhone 4G LCD assembly. First thing is we'll look at the white screen to make sure that there's no dead pixels. Next, we'll check the digitizer. After this, we'll make the screen black, once again to check for dead pixels. And then again, we'll take an icon and drag it all over the screen on every single little part to make sure that the digitizer works perfectly. Even the smallest parts, like this USB flex cable, are tested before they're sent out. So now you've seen how we do the cosmetic and functionality tests of the parts after we acquire them. But sometimes they sit in storage for a little while before they're sent out. So when you order the parts, we're going to check them one more time before we send them to you. As you can see here, we're checking the iPhone 4 rear housing. So we're going to check to make sure that it fits properly within the frame, and we'll also check it one more time to make sure that there's no scratches. And you may have noticed, all of our employees are wearing a grounding wire when they're testing the parts. This is to make sure that no static electricity damages anything that you order. So now you can get an idea of the care that we take when we test your parts. So next time you order from ETradeSupply.com, you can rest assured that you're going to get the best quality parts.